The sun rose over Amagu, casting a golden glow on the village. The villagers, although weary from the previous night's events, were filled with a renewed sense of unity and determination. The elders gathered to discuss the recent raid and plan their next steps, while the younger villagers prepared for any potential retaliation from Akuro. Kato, the young hero, found himself at the center of attention. He had proven his bravery, but he knew that the battle was far from over. The village elders, including his grandmother, Nena, a wise and respected figure, decided to share with him the deeper secrets of the sacred drum. Kato, Nena began, her voice gentle but firm, the drum you saved is more than just an instrument. It holds the spirit of our ancestors, and it is through their guidance that we thrive. You have shown great courage, but now you must learn the ancient ways to truly protect our village. Nena led Kato and a few other chosen youths to the ancient tree in the center of the village. She began to teach them the sacred rhythms and the stories behind each beat. The training was rigorous, but Kato absorbed every lesson, his resolve strengthened by the knowledge that the fate of Amagu rested on their ability to protect the drum. Meanwhile, in the neighboring village, Akuro fumed. He had underestimated the resilience of Amagu and the cunning of their young hero. He called upon his advisors and warriors to devise a new plan, one that would not only reclaim the drum, but also ensure Amagu's downfall. Akuro sought out a dark sorcerer named Abadil, known for his malevolent powers and knowledge of forbidden magic. Abadil agreed to help Akuro, but his assistance came at a price. Akuro promised him half of Amagu's wealth and the hand of his daughter, Adana, in marriage. Reluctantly, Adana accepted her father's decision, her heart heavy with dread. Abadil, with his dark powers, conjured a sinister plan. He created a powerful curse that would be unleashed upon Amagu, spreading fear and chaos. The only way to break the curse would be to sacrifice the one who had saved the drum, young Kato. Back in Amagu, Kato's training continued. He and the other youths learned to communicate with the spirits of the ancestors through the drum, gaining insight and foresight. One evening, as they practiced, Kato felt a cold shiver run down his spine. The drum's rhythm changed, conveying a warning. Kato's eyes widened as he saw a vision of a dark shadow descending upon Amagu. He rushed to the elders and relayed what he had seen. Nena and the other elders listened intently, their faces grave. They knew that a great evil was approaching, and that Kato's vision was a message from the ancestors. "We must prepare," Nena declared. "Our unity and the strength of our ancestors will guide us through this darkness." The villagers fortified their defenses, and the elders performed rituals to invoke the protection of the spirits. They also shared their knowledge with the younger generation, ensuring that the wisdom of the ancestors would not be lost. One night, under a moonless sky, Akuro and Abadil launched their attack. The villagers of Amagu were ready. As the invaders approached, the elders began to play the sacred drum, calling upon the spirits for aid. The drumbeats echoed through the valley, and a mystical barrier formed around the village, repelling the attackers. But Abadil, with his dark magic, broke through the barrier. A fierce battle ensued. Kato, armed with the knowledge and courage he had gained, faced Abadil. The sorcerer sneered, underestimating the young boy. "You think you can defeat me, child?" Abadil hissed, his eyes glowing with malice. Kato stood firm, his heart pounding. He remembered the rhythm his grandmother had taught him, the one that had entranced the watchman. He began to play it on the sacred drum, his hands moving with precision and purpose. The rhythm resonated, and the spirits of the ancestors manifested, surrounding Kato in a protective aura. Abadil's dark magic clashed with the power of the ancestors. The villagers watched in awe as the spirits, guided by Kato's rhythm, fought back against the sorcerer's curse. The sky above Amagu lit up with a supernatural glow, a testament to the battle between light and dark. In the midst of the chaos, Adana, who had secretly followed her father and Abadil, saw the bravery of Kato and the unity of Amagu. She realized the depth of her father's folly and the righteousness of Amagu's cause. With a determined heart, she approached Kato and offered her aid. "Kato, I want to help you," she said, her voice filled with sincerity. "Abadil's power comes from his staff. If we can break it, his magic will be weakened." Kato nodded, trusting Adana's words. Together, they devised a plan. While Kato continued to play the sacred drum, Adana sneaked through the chaos towards Abadil. She moved with the grace of a shadow, her eyes fixed on the staff that pulsed with dark energy. As she reached the sorcerer, Adana summoned all her courage and struck the staff with a rock. The staff shattered, and Abadil let out a scream of rage. His dark powers began to wane, and the spirits of the ancestors, empowered by Kato's drumming, overwhelmed him. With Abadil's defeat, the curse lifted. Akuro, seeing his plan fall apart, fled with the remnants of his army. The villagers of Amagu cheered as the spirits of the ancestors returned to the drum, their presence a comforting reminder of their protection. Kato, exhausted but triumphant, was hailed as a hero once more. The elders praised his bravery and the wisdom he had shown. Adana, now free from her father's tyranny, was welcomed into Amagu, where she found a new home among the villagers. The sacred drum was placed back in its rightful spot, and the villagers gathered around it, this time to celebrate not only their survival, but also the new bonds they had formed. The drumbeats echoed through the valley, a powerful reminder of their heritage and the strength that came from unity. As the celebrations continued, Nena approached Kato, her eyes filled with pride. "You have done well, my child. The ancestors are pleased, and the spirit of Amagu lives on through you." Kato smiled, knowing that the journey was far from over. He had learned that the true power of the sacred drum lay not in its physical presence, but in the hearts and spirits of those who believed in its magic. And as long as the people of Amagu remained united, their village would continue to thrive, guided by the wisdom of their ancestors. With the defeat of Abadil and Akuro's retreat, the village of Amagu entered a new era of peace and prosperity. The sacred drum continued to be a symbol of unity, strength, and the enduring spirit of the ancestors. The villagers, now more than ever, understood the importance of their heritage and the power of their collective spirit. And so, the tale of the sacred drum of the ancestors became a legend, passed down through generations, a story of courage, unity, and the unbreakable bond between the past and the present.